You are only able to receive exactly what your nervous system deems as safe. So if your nervous system thinks that something is unsafe, it's not going to allow for it to permeate your experience. It's not going to allow for it to come into your experience. Our nervous system is responsible for sending our frequency signals. So our nervous system dictates the frequency that we emit. So when our nervous system is calm and controlled and balanced, the frequency we give off is of calmness and controlledness and balance and allowance. This is the art of allowing. So in order to really heal, which is just coming back to your childlike state, your original state, your true purest form, you have to rewire your nervous system, and you have to make sure your nervous system is operating optimally. So this means that it is balanced, it is working okay, it is receiving, it's able to give and receive energy and love and experience easily, right? It doesn't keep away anything, because anything that the nervous system resists will persist inside of you. So let's say you resist love, you resist friendship, you resist being open with people. Well, that is going to be something that persists inside of you as a wound. So that wound, now you've created it, and now it's growing because you refuse to be open to the world, to other people. That's just an example. So that's how we get addicted to pain. That's how we get addicted to ruminating on pain, and we call it trauma because it's just built up pain. We create the trauma. Anything can happen outside of you, and you can take 24 hours to get over it. Nothing needs to be trauma. We just make trauma happen when we don't allow for things to pass through us as experience, as lesson. When we don't see this world as a teacher, when we don't see this life as a teacher, then trauma happens within the body, and the nervous system reacts quickly like this to trauma. It gets sets off, it gets triggered. So when you have many triggers of many different things, right? Like, oh, this thing is triggering me, that's triggering me, that's triggering me. How are you supposed to live a happy, healed existence? How are you supposed to be successful? In order to have success and maintain success, including money, health, relationships, everything, your nervous system has to be able to handle it. Your nervous system has to be healed enough and restored enough and balanced enough to be able to handle all the good things that are coming your way. So in this way, we want to make sure that we are working on our nervous system all the time. This is why meditation is encouraged. This is why solitude is encouraged. Affirmations are encouraged, because we can come back to a state of balance when we exist in a world that is trying to throw off our balance. That's the point of capitalism, to keep you in an unbalanced and uncreative state of being and thinking, so that you cannot create anything. You cannot build a business. You cannot think. You cannot formulate. You cannot shine your talents, express your talents, even tap into your talents, refine them, nothing. So you have advertisements, you have media, you have social media, you have the workforce system, the slavery system, you have society, people around you to keep you in check, NPCs. You have all these things that are trying to make you live in fear. You know, fear is such a strong motivator. You know, when you are afraid to not fit in, you'll try to fit in. When you're afraid to underperform, you'll overperform. You see? So nobody needs to actually like come in and handle you. You handle yourself, you check yourself out of fear. This is what our current world is doing to people. So you have to make sure that you feel safe within yourself and within your body enough to express yourself out into the world, to give what you have to teach. Because as you teach, you learn simultaneously. That's the law of giving. The person who gives is actually the one who receives the most, right? Because it's law. So when we understand basic universal law, like the law of allowance, give and receive freely, the law of attraction, what you focus on will expand because you're attracting it in. We live in a magnetic universe. When we understand these laws, reality creation becomes super easy. Healing our nervous system becomes super easy. It's not like this super complicated thing. You know, you don't need to read a bunch of self-help books. You don't need to do anything except sit in silence in the present moment, in quietness. And that's the voice of God. Silence is the voice of God. You'll be able to hear. And then from there, you tap into the body. You don't be afraid to feel. You don't be afraid to feel. You embrace sensitivity. You embrace feeling, even if it's painful. You allow for the pain to pass. You don't store it. You don't claim it. It doesn't fester like trauma. It doesn't become trauma. We don't want that, right? So the signals that you emit, the frequency that you emit, is dependent upon the state of your nervous system, and the threshold of that frequency will reflect the threshold of how healed your nervous system is. So heal the nervous system in breathwork, in balance, in peace, in solitude, which is your natural state. You are a being of nature. You are naturally equilibrium. You are balanced naturally. So just come back to that, and you'll see that things just happen for you. You don't need to do anything. Things just happen for you. People and circumstances and opportunities, they come to you because you are free. You don't need anything outside of you to make you free. You don't need travel. You don't need money. These are all lies. All you need to do is just go within, and you can do it anywhere. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.